What's up, everyone? It's actually Jeb Bush. We actually don't have Mike Zakarian today. I believe he is chilling in Massachusetts with bad Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna be holding it down today, along with SORARE Genius Gnome, who should be joining within the next a minute or two. So we'll really get going once he gets in here. But we got lock in about less than an hour, like 50 minutes. And a lot of crazy things are going on. So in the chat, if there's anyone that you guys are looking at, I know Jaden McDaniels on the Hornets is an interesting play right now because Gordon Hayward has been ruled out, and McDaniels is starting. He'll get a nice bump in minutes, I'm sure. Am I blurry, Borland? Uh, Sorry, I'm on the laptop, not on the main rig. Um, we also have Rudy Gobert as a game time decision that could definitely impact some of the bigs on the Timberwolves. And then I think the other one is, at least that really stood out to me, was that Capella might be missing the game, which would make Okongwu a pretty interesting play, to say the least. Oh wow, Adam, a super rare, huge. Congratulations. That's a massive W. Sup Blaze, sup to everyone watching. Um, so all right, looks like Rudy is going to play. That we just got an update there. You want a Zion, Adam? Damn, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, so I think right now, I'm gonna go. Let me go ahead and share my screen here, and we can look at my teams that I've built. My apologies if there's any type of uh that weird Zoom thing, because I do have the laptop, so I can't share multiple screens. So let's take a look. So right now in my commons, I have Jalen Brunson, Sengun, Robinson Earl, who should be starting, Metu, and Deadmond. I'm not super hot on Metu. I actually had Doug McDermott here, but he won't be playing tomorrow, and he might play another game, but I don't know if that's worth risking it, in my opinion. So I went ahead and put Metu in there. I might switch it back to Doug last second. We do have 46 minutes. In my common champion, I have AD. I have Jeremy Grant, who should pop off. I have Jared Allen, Lowry, and then Paul Reed. I feel really good about this one. Western Conference, I feel pretty solid about too. I think Poku will be good. Powell should be really good with all the injuries. And hopefully Wiggins gets a little extra time. They sit some Warriors. I don't know. And then real quick, we'll come back and look at this because I believe Gnome just popped in. But I feel really good about this Western Conference one. I need Zion to have a ceiling game here, but Clarkson is in a good position with Conley out. I think he'll get some extra minutes. Vassell should do pretty well. I have two Okongus right now. I might replace Jeremy Sochan here instead of this Okongwu, or in this lineup. I'm not sure which one. But I also am playing like three Spurs across these three lineups already. So that's why I went ahead and switched him out. And all right, awesome. Now that Gnome's here, we can really, really get started. So welcome on, Gnome. Good to see you again.
What's up? How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Going pretty
Yeah.
good. Watch the World Cup game. The US did a lot better than I thought they would. So, that's a W.
I didn't get to watch it. Who won?
It was a draw, 0-0.
Who they play again?
England. So they were. I feel like they should have lost, and then
They should.
yeah,
England is really good.
yeah. Luke Shaw, Harry Kane, like they have a really solid squad, and they were putting some real pressure on England. They had a couple really good opportunities to score, including like a really good corner kick. So, I'm, as a U.S. fan who doesn't really follow soccer and then watches the World Cup every 4 years. I'm pleasantly surprised with how well we did. I'm just used to us getting stomped, I feel like. So good
Oh
on
yeah.
them. Good on them.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like as someone who grew up in a country that actually loves soccer, the Premier League is kind of like the NBA of the soccer world.
Yeah.
So I think a draw is pretty good for the US.
Yeah, no, draw super good because that whole England team is like all Premier League dudes.
Oh
So
yeah,
pretty massive, pretty massive. But all right, so we have 45 minutes before lock. Things
maybe a
are a
little
little chaotic.
less,
Maybe
maybe
a little
just a
less.
bit less, because
Yeah.
no, it's 45 before lock, but we also need like 5 minutes to do our lineups,
Yeah,
right?
true,
Yeah.
true. So right off the bat, who are you targeting? Is there anyone that you really think is a sleeper? I watched your YouTube video this morning. I saw you point out Pal. I put him in my common lineup because I had one. I really
Hmm.
like that call.
Hmm.
And then since this morning, we've seen Gordon Hayward ruled out and Jaden McDaniels pushed to starting, and then
Oh,
uh,
I didn't get to catch that. Let me see.
yeah, that just happened.
I had a
And then
feeling about that. And I also recommended in my video to play Terry Rozier because especially with Gordon Hayward being out, like with the lineup they're playing, I would imagine Terry Rozier would get like a Luka Doncic usage tonight.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, they'll probably let him run wild without Gordon there to get touches um, or Gordon or Lamelo and Rozier. Wow, he's only like $30. That's
oh
not
yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
30 for a
I don't
35 cap.
actually own him. Maybe I should buy him right now. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty. Let me show you what I got,
yeah,
and then you can take a look, and we can take a look at what you got. But let me share my screen,
sure.
and let's get some feedback from you here.
Sounds good.
All right, all right. Can you see?
Been loving your videos about the steals, the SORARE
Thank you.
steals.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been trying to keep up with it. I don't know how sustainable it is, but it's been a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Um, all right. So obviously, the limited ones are what I care about more. Um,
So how do you prioritize? I still haven't done one lineup because I can't decide which one I'm prioritizing. It's killing
So
me.
so my strategy was to do the champion first because I think, if you really hit it big, you can win a rare, and it's the only one you can win a rare on.
True.
So I kind of do the champion first, but if you notice, my champion is all players that are in the Eastern Conference. So I originally had Zion here, and then I moved him over to the Western Conference because I realized I could fit him in here. And then Tobias had 2 games instead of one. So yeah, I feel like Tobias could put up a ceiling game.
For sure.
And as a result, it might be worth it. But I build my limited champion first, and I try to target Eastern Conference players if possible, and it just happens to be Darius Garland's my typical MVP almost every week right now. I think
Hmm.
Jared Allen's going to have a huge game or two. I bought him uh, in preparation for this week. I bought OG last week, and I really, he kind of put up a dud last week, so I'm expecting him to bounce back. And then I put in Okongwu here. I've owned one for
I
forever.
love
He's one of
Congo,
Yeah, I'm such a huge Okongwu fan. I think he has such a high ceiling, um, and I think he has
especially. Yeah. Sorry.
and I think. Oh, I was just gonna say, I think he has an opportunity to pop off later in the season for sure.
Yeah, I love him like especially in this matchup. I think are they playing the Rockets tonight or is it their next game? I know
It's
they're
definitely
playing.
one of the 2 games, yeah.
Yeah,
So I think, and like Capella, Capella might not play. I'm still waiting for an update.
really,
He has like a pain in his mouth, something with like dental. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, he has dental pain, so he might
really
miss today.
interesting.
And if he
Okay,
misses today, I think Okongwu goes unconscious, especially
for real.
if they're playing the Rockets. So I really, really like him. He's a high block type of player, and I think that's an extremely high ceiling. So Yeah, so in this case, I built a limited champion. I originally had Zion in here, but in general, I was focusing on Eastern Conference players, and I just happened Garland and Allen were the two players I was going to put in this regardless. So it kind of worked out that way. And then I went ahead and I kind of built these two at the same time, um, just because like I kind of feel like this is the better one to go for, because you have a higher cap and you have a like 33% chance of hitting a limited. But
Hmm.
the other thing too is this cap is so high that unless you can hit the ceiling on it, I feel like you got to focus on your contender. So last week I had like 40, 50 cap left here. And so I just threw some players in, but my main focus was contender and I did pretty well. I placed like third tier, I think, and got a Sadiq Bey, which he'll be good once he gets traded.
Nice. Yeah. You think he's
Yeah.
gonna get traded?
I think for sure he gets traded.
Yeah.
They're
How
like
come?
they're fielding offers for him. It sounds like they want to like start tanking since Cade might be out for an extended period of time. Like
I don't think they need to trade Sadiq to start tanking. They're bad
I
enough
mean
right now.
they don't, but at the same time they don't. But at the same time, they might go ahead and if they can get picks for him or like a good deal for him, it might be worth trading him. And I feel like there are quite a few teams, especially in the West, who'd be really interested in like a sharpshooter like Sadiq, who
Oh,
can
for
create his
sure.
own shot. So
He's got some value. He's a good player. I'm pretty surprised. I never heard that before that they were trying to trade him.
yeah,
I
it's
don't
it's
really
like
see the logic because they're a young team. They need a piece like that, like a good wing.
yeah, I
I
don't
mean, it just depends what they can get back for him. But unless they get something really good, I wouldn't trade him.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think they're just kind of fielding offers, seeing what's out there. It's like just one of those rumors that's kind of bubbling that they're entertaining offers for him. So, I mean that like usually when that happens, it's like a 50-50. But I will say they seem to be sitting him a lot, and um, it might just be because they're like, oh yeah, we want to keep him healthy, so we can trade him. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. The Mr. All Star, unfortunately, Otto Porter is not playing today or tomorrow. I think it's
I think they're
Saturday. Yeah.
playing tomorrow. Let me see.
Scotty Barnes is also not playing.
Right.
So, uh,
So luckily I picked up a rare Gary Trent like 2 days ago. So
nice.
that should work out well for me with all of those injured players in Toronto. Yeah, I see Otto Porter is injured. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. And so is Scotty. So I feel pretty good about Gary Trent Jr. Like you said, OG. I'm feeling like he could have
Oh
a
yeah,
ceiling game, which is why I stuck him in my champion lineup. At first, I was, I don't know, whenever a player has one game and they're not like a superstar, I'm always so nervous to throw him in. Um, But I feel like with Scotty out and Otto out, Fred Van Fleet's out, like basically their entire team is out. And
how do you?
if we learned anything from that Heat game where they had 7 players, you got to play the best player on that team because they're forced to play a ton of minutes.
It's true. How do you feel about Chris Boucher in that matchup?
I think Chris Boucher is a really decent play because I don't know, I really like targeting big men um, in SORARE. I feel like because I think steals are a little more iffy, and maybe that's just me in my own head, but I feel like if you get a good player, like I saw Joker Rock said he just picked up Miles Turner. Like at any time,
Nice.
Miles Turner can put up like an 8 block game. That's
Yeah,
24 points. Like that's so huge. So Boucher, like he's probably going to get a double double. He's a threat for like big rebounding, and he can throw up like 3 or 4 blocks.
he can
And
also get a
suddenly,
couple of steals. Like
yeah,
not nothing crazy, but he can get like 1 or 2 steals any game.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And if the way So Rare's set up, like if you have a high block game or a high steal game or a combination of both, like I mean, that could be a incredible ceiling score to put up. So
true. That's why I think Dejounte Murray is kind of slept on. I mean, I'm just saying it because of his price.
yeah,
Because like relatively to other players in the same points cap, he's kind of cheap, kind of.
yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
that's why I picked up Garland for $30 a while ago, and it was
Nice.
because I was like, dude, Garland is. I don't know. I'm such a big Garland fan that I just think he's such a threat with like on defense with steals. He can hit threes, which you get an extra point for that, and he's an assist machine. Like there's just so many outs for him, and that team
That's
is
true.
so talented. If he's not hitting his shot, he could still put up a fat score just throwing lobs to Jared Allen and Evan Mobley all day.
It's
Like,
true.
yeah.
Something pretty cool in the first, I think my first week playing the limited was week 3, and I was in the top 100. I was like 92 ish, and my reward was Garland. He was my first reward in my first game.
Mhm.
Yeah, I kept
Damn,
him since.
that's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah,
love him too. I kept him, trying to build some XP on him.
that's smart. Yeah, I plan on keeping him. I bought De'Aaron Fox for 30 and then sold him for 50, which is proving to be a big mistake. But I'm way higher on Garland. I'm just a big fan with him. I feel like he's a high ceiling. Uh, Weisberg's pointing out that also bigs don't turn over the ball a lot potentially, which is true. And I agree with this. I was doing like preparing for a video I was making, and I was kind of shocked that you only get one extra point for a triple double. Like that seems so like one for a double double, sure. Like I think DraftKings does two for a double double. Um, but I was like, sure, that's fine. But also 1 point for a triple double just seems like so like way too low.
I think it could have been more suitable if they do like because it fits with the name, like double double, 2 points, triple double, 3 points. You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
it
yeah.
could have been better. I agree.
Yeah. I
At
I
least, I
agree.
mean, at least, if not more.
Johnny is asking, do you think CP3 will play any of the two games?
So my intuition tells me he doesn't, but the NBA is unexpected when it comes to injuries.
Yeah, well, yeah, and we have about 30, a little over 30 minutes before this this locks, and so we'll keep looking and making sure that there's no updates. But yeah, I would definitely not bet on CP3 because they're winning games, and the last time I checked, they care about the playoffs, so they're going to let CP3 rest as long as he wants, as long as they're in a good position to get in the playoffs and make a run. That's the only time that they really want or need CP3 to play. So
True, true. They're short-handed, but still, yeah. If they can rest them a few games, then yeah,
yeah, yeah.
for sure.
Interesting
So
interesting Weisberg. Why do you think they don't have any NBA fans on staff? Is it just because they're not from the US? Um I mean I don't necessarily disagree, but it seems like their point structure, they're just trying to make it different and unique for SORARE. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But I would say that like there's nothing egregious, um, like when it comes to the scoring. I wouldn't think.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I like it.
I mean, I remember I used to play like DraftKings and FanDuel way back, and
Yeah,
it's pretty similar. I remember steals, blocks were 3 points, rebounds was and assists was about the same if I remember correctly.
yeah. I think rebounds and assists are the same. I think in DK steals and blocks are 2 points instead of three. But there's no massive difference, for
Hmm.
sure. So to the point that we made about CP3, probably missing a decent amount of time throughout the course of the season, I agree with this. That I think campaign is undervalued. Let's pull them. Let me share my screen. We can pull them up real quick.
So my feedback, I mean, or my point of view about this is if you're talking price wise, maybe it could be. But if we're talking potential, then I don't know if he's undervalued because his cap went way higher. It's like I think 31, right?
Yeah, it's 31. So I was thinking more of price, and
Yeah,
I would say it's
price I
just
agree.
because yeah, just because I think it's actually he's in a really interesting situation. In the videos, in the So Rare Steals videos I've been making, I've been talking about, there are players that are going to you want to buy players who will get a massive increase in minutes before that happens. And
Right.
Campaign is in this situation where he could play a ton of minutes. This cap goes up, like what we see, it's 31, plays a bunch of minutes, and then Chris Paul comes back. Those minutes dip, his cap dips, and then he goes back up again the next time Chris Paul goes out. Like
Hmm.
this, I think Campaign is definitely a player where there's a lot of opportunity windows for him to be part of an optimal lineup or like sell for a fat profit. I don't know if I would necessarily buy him right this instant, but I agree that he's someone you gotta like keep your eye on.
Yeah, price wise, $20 with his production is not bad for sure.
Yeah.
Don't know if I will play him in this slate, but price wise, do you want me do you want me to share my screen maybe and show you
Yeah, go for it.
my dilemmas because I still haven't done anything and
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
let's build
Yeah,
some lineups.
sure. Let me see. Can I share?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Let me see.
I like this
Okay.
move, Joker Rock. I was looking at Bobby and I decided not to buy him, but I was looking at him for a bit today, this morning.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep. Let's pull that up.
Okay. Can you see it good? It's
Yeah.
all good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good.
So let me walk you through my first dilemma. So I have a Luka Doncic limited.
Uh-huh.
There's a pretty cool story how I got it. I got it in a trade. Let me
Oh,
see it.
wow.
Yeah. Okay. So here was the trade, which is pretty cool. If you ask, you tell me what you think. So do you remember about 2 weeks ago there was like kind of a dip in prices?
Mhm. Yeah, I remember that.
So once that happened, I picked up a few rares. I didn't buy any rares before that. I picked up like a Cam Reddish rare for like $30
Mhm.
before we went off with that 50, 60 fantasy point performance. So I picked
Oh,
up a
wow.
Cam and I picked up Christian Wood for like $70. So overall, I got Wood and Cam Reddish for $100.
Yeah.
Then in one of the tournaments, as a reward, I won a Benedict Mathurin, right?
Uh-huh.
And like after Cam put out his performance and after like the prices went back up, like Wood and Cam together was like around 230 or $240 or something like that. So like I paid 100 for them, but they were like almost 2.5x.
Holy
And,
cow.
and I got a Mathurin as a reward. And I knew a guy that wanted to sell Luka so he can compete for the rare. So we made a trade. Tell me what you think. I gave him Benedict Mathurin Limited, my Cam and Wood rails,
Mhm.
and I added like 130 $30 because I think his floor was like 370 or something like that. So I gave him two rares I paid like $100 for, Mathurin, which I won, and then like
Mhm.
$130. So I kind of got Luca for like half price, give or take. It's like 400 now. So
Yeah, that's
that was
not
pretty
bad.
cool. Yeah.
I would say that's pretty fair. That's a fair trade. I wouldn't necessarily say you got a steal. It seems like both sides kind of won.
Mhm.
Because I would assume you needed an MVP like caliber player, right?
So I'm trying also to think long term, right?
Mhm.
And I was thinking what a huge advantage is if I own either Luca or Giannis and start building their XP right now. Like so
Yeah.
in the end of the season I can play them with like 10 or 11 or 12 XP. That would be insane. I mean,
Yeah. Well, and
yeah.
I think the other thing too is just like I'm very curious what playoffs look like for SORARE because I
Mhm.
think that's something that's a little underrated is that like like Luka's going to be in the playoffs and he's
Exactly.
going to be one of those players that you kind of have to have in the playoffs to win. So,
Mhm.
um, you
It
know,
was part of my thought process. It was part of
yeah,
it, sure.
because
Mhm.
then there's not all these, like, random players you can plug in because, someone's sitting and someone's not. Like, the playoffs are a lot less random. So,
Exactly.
I think that's a solid trade long term, for sure, especially considering, like, you got those rares at such a
Yeah.
steal.
Yeah, I mean, it was fair to him because we kind of did it evenly with the price of the floors. I was just
Yeah.
lucky to get those rares so cheap, which kind of like made me only pay about $200 for a Luka.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, I
it's
was
good
about
for
like I
both.
said, it seems like a very fair trade. It doesn't seem like you ran away with it or he, like,
Yeah, yeah, for
robbed you
sure.
blind, so but for your purposes, that's definitely a W.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so real quick, we'll start building some lineups for Gnome here, because we only got a couple minutes. Let's do a hashtag Gnome in the, chat, and we'll
can we
give
change the
away
hashtag? Can I ask for something for
Yeah,
how about do Danny, as in Danny of Dia?
Danny?
Danny, yeah, like just his first name, Danny, for Danny of Dia,
Okay.
my my Israeli only representative in the NBA.
Okay. Let's do Danny. Let me share my screen so you guys can see that real quick.
hmm Do I need to
Oops.
stop sharing mine first?
No. You're good. You're good. I can
Oh, okay.
just
Oh,
um, let's go. Actually, if you want to just start building, we'll talk through it and I'll just put it in the chat so that way people know what to put.
so
'Cause
let me start by asking. Um, here's my dilemma. I have a Luca, and there's three places I can use him. So one would be, the regular limited champion, right?
Yeah.
So that's one option. The second option is the limited Western Conference.
Mm-hmm. So I guess
So
the question is, what's your goal here? Like, if you want to make sure that you cash, like I would put him in the Western Conference, but the champion has the it's the biggest risk, but like biggest reward, where you can get a rare from a limited lineup. So, do you feel like you have the pieces to like really like place in that top 150?
I do. I think I do, but I also think it's extremely hard.
Yeah, it is.
And what's it called? The benefit of the limited Western Conference is that I think like if I'm aiming, that's extremely hard too. But let's say I'm aiming for the top 10, right, to get like what's it called, like a tier one reward, right?
Yeah,
So if there's only 3,000 people and I have a Luca, which most people don't because he only has 500 in circulation, and also
yeah.
some probably use him for the
I
limited
was about to
champion,
say,
right?
I think most people would stick him in their
Exactly,
champion. So,
exactly. So that's
yeah,
that's my thought process. I'm like it's obviously it's a long shot, but maybe with a Luca in that limited Western Conference, maybe I got a shot of being like top 10 or getting a tier two reward, you know?
yeah, I like that. Let's do that. Let's win a second Luca, so then next week
Mhm.
you can play them both. You don't have to
Yeah,
choose.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
let's build that Western Conference lineup first then,
All right.
since
Do,
it
do you
seems
see
like
my screen or?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Let me see. This is gonna be hard. There's too many options, and it's already got like 7% on his XP, which
Yeah,
is
and he's
nice.
playing 2 games, which I love to see. Like,
Yeah.
anytime there's a double game, that makes me happy.
So if
And you have
anyone follows,
you have so much cap in this lineup.
yeah, yeah,
This one's
it's great.
crazy.
So if anyone knows my content, they probably know I love Anthony Simons,
I
and
saw that in your video today.
yeah, and I also got a 7% 7 XP on him, which is awesome.
Yeah,
So I'm
and
gonna start
Lillard's
with
not
that,
playing.
and I have a couple options. I want to hear what you think. So I was actually thinking to stack the Blazers because
Yes,
they're playing two games.
yes,
So a lot of people are afraid to play like players from the same team, but I think they can both have a really good game, like as a number one and a number two, and also especially because Jeremy Grant can give you peripheral stats like steals and blocks, right?
yes.
And also they play two games, so one can go off one game, the other can go off the other game.
Mhm.
So I think it's totally legit. So I can add
I
Jalen. Oh, sorry. Wait.
I couldn't agree more. I think that, like, the 2 of them have to, like, really put up a ceiling game if they want to win, you know,
Mhm.
because Lillard's not there. So, between the fact that they both have to really step up and that they have 2 games, I feel like both of those players are super, super, great picks.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm trying to go all in on my West one. So if I got Luka, I got these two studs from the Blazers. I got
Hmm.
Jalen Green, which I love because they have two games and they're also playing the Thunder. And usually, I don't know about you, but like a game between the Thunder and the Rockets just sounds like a game that's going to end like 135 to 129.
207 to 208.
Yeah,
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 there's gonna be
four
no
overtimes.
defense. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's gonna be absolutely zero defense. Yeah, Jalen Green, if he's going to have a ceiling game, if his shot's falling, that's the game. So I like that a lot.
hmm So with this, like what it leaves me in the cap, I can only play Dyson Daniels or Jalen Noel. Now, I
Hmm.
think Noel is obviously is risky, but I know the Wolves are short a few players on their bench,
True.
and I like their matchups. So, and his cap is so low.
Hmm.
We do know he's a good scorer. So, what do you think? Should I play him? Should I play Dyson Daniels? I know McCollum is out. What do you think?
That's so tough just because
What
McCollum
the
is out.
chat thinks?
Yeah, what does the chat think? That one's a tough one because if McCollum wasn't out, Noel would be the easy pick. And Dyson Daniels isn't a slam dunk either because even though McCollum's out, you have Trey Murphy who might play. You have Najee Marshall. Like Dyson Daniels can put up solid points for SORARE purposes, but he's not going to be that sixth, seventh, eighth guy off the bench. They have
Exactly.
to dig deep to stick him in.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
there is one more option. So this is option one. Tell me what you think.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna shuffle the cards. Let me know what you think about this second option. Check this out. So I can do this. Jalen Green, Kevin Herter, I guess. He only plays once against the Celtics, so that kind of scares the shit out of me.
So
Um,
a
and
lot
I
of
can and
people.
I can fit in Sexton, which is a great
Oh, no, I
like
like this. I like this a lot. Mike Conley's
question.
out. I think Sexton's gonna do well. Alright, a
What
lot of
about these two?
people
Which one would you do? Josh Hart or Hurt? Because Hart
that's
plays
tough because
twice.
he plays 2 games.
Yeah, and I'm so afraid of the Celtics matchup. They're
Yeah,
such
I
a
would
lockdown team.
So I would go I'm not worried about the Celtics, but I do think I'd go 2 to 1 like Daniel was saying in the chat, for
Mhm.
sure, and Christopher. But I think a lot of people think the Celtics are just this super dominant defensive team, but if you look at their games, like, those are the high scoring games right now, as teams that play the Celtics, and the Celtics are winning because they have such a high caliber offense, but I feel like playing against the Celtics, at least in fantasy, like DFS, like,
Mhm.
that's the game I've been targeting lately just because a lot of people avoid the team playing the Celtics because of the reputation they have, but in reality, like, those players are gonna put up some fat numbers because the Celtics defense is just not what it was last year because of injuries and other things like that.
So tell you what, it's a good point. So my first three stay the same. The question is if I should play Saxton and Hart or Noel and Jeremy Grant. What do you think?
I kinda like Sexton and Hart. I think that's rolling the dice a little bit more, but I think it's giving you just a little more room for like, I think I how many games does Sexton have? Does he have 2?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. He's got two games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I really, really like Sexton. I really like Sexton this week because, Conley's out. The Jazz are I like Clarkson and Sexton, I feel like are just gonna have some crazy games. Um, so
Okay.
I would
So
probably I agree that you can play 2 players on the same team.
mhm.
Um, but, if there's an option that's just as good, then I feel like only playing 1 player per team is probably the move. So I would actually go, Sexton and, Josh Hart here because Josh Hart's gonna lead the secondary team, and then, Sexton's going to be a starter.
It's true. So I'm still undecided. I'm gonna probably give it like a last minute decision. Like I always change my lineup like 82 times in the last 10 minutes. But
Yeah,
I want to see how my other lineups fit in if I go like this.
okay.
The reason I'm thinking still about this one is because I'm always trying to think who has the highest ceiling. And
Mhm.
even though I love Sexton too, I think Jeremy Grant will give me a higher ceiling than either Sexton or what's his name,
I
or
would
Josh
think
Hart.
If you combine, I agree with that, but I do believe if you combine Grant and Noel,
Hmm.
compared to Sexton and Hart, I would take Sexton and Hart as a slightly higher ceiling. But I think it's
Hmm.
super close either way, and
Okay.
I like both of those picks. All right, we got 15 minutes. So let's get that limited champion built.
So should we? I have a few rares. What should we prioritize? The rare contender, limited champion, or limited contender? What do you think?
Oh shoot, I didn't even realize you had rares. Let's do the rare contender because once
Okay,
again,
let's
we
see.
want to win big here. We don't want to play it
Right,
safe.
right. Go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty fine with my rares. I have the Rosen playing the Thunder, which is
Oh, that's
nice.
perfect.
I have Gary Trent. We talked about how
All the injuries.
strategic, yeah. And Treman supposed to start 15 cap. I love it. I have 35 points left. So this is actually a good spot to fit in our boy Sexton here.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Question is if I have enough. Oops, sorry. Question is if I have enough cap to team him up with someone good. That's the
Yeah,
question.
let's take a look. Yeah, I like those 3 rares. I think those are, like, really good picks, and we got 16 cap left.
Oh shoot.
Just not able to get a Kongwu. Oh,
So
that's
here's
painful.
my idea. Here's my idea. Do you know if
Okay.
Cam Reddish is playing?
I don't think he is.
I
Someone in
don't
the
think he is
chat?
too.
I don't think
So
he is.
so listen, here's another thing that I really like. I got Grimes and he's supposed to start and he's got a cap of 8.
Yeah, he's
And
a super solid play.
I can fit it in with either Josh Hart or Boucher. Boucher plays once.
Ooh.
It's a tough one. Josh plays twice, but with all of Toronto's injuries, what do you think? Would you go
I
with
would give
Boucher
the
or Josh
edge
Hart?
to I'd give the edge to Boucher. Just barely. Because Hart's you're definitely playing Hart, whether he's in your contender or your champion.
Hmm.
Um, so we for sure are playing him, but I say give
Okay.
it to Boucher. Like let's hope for a ceiling game from him.
Yeah, it looks like a solid lineup. I mean, DeRozan, Trent, Mann,
I
Grimes,
I
Boucher.
love this lineup. I think this is like such an optimal lineup with the injuries and all that stuff. You're getting a lot of value out of every single player there, and you're just the one player that doesn't necessarily have a lot of value is DeRozan. But like you said, he's playing OKC, so if he puts up a ceiling game, like you're cooking.
Okay, champion or contender? What do
Let's
you
do
think?
champion. Let's get the big
Okay,
ones out of the way.
okay. Let's go with the big dog. I'm
All
gonna
right,
put
Tyrese.
Holly.
Yep,
Dejounte Murray, I love his matchups.
I love that.
Do we know if Ivy is injured or not? Let me see.
Uh,
I'm gonna
I
check here real quick
think
if
he's
there's any
playing.
updates. I know he was questionable last time I checked. Let me see. Um, where is Detroit? There it is. He's still a game time decision. Okay, let's ignore him for now because it's still a game time decision. Let's see. What if I play Garland? Okay, okay. I can fit in a really nice lineup
Dang,
here.
that's a stack.
Check this out. And I still got 18 points.
Ooh,
I can go with Jalen Duran. Okay, so here's what I'm
yeah,
gonna do.
I
I'm
like
gonna go
that.
with Jalen Duran, but if Capella isn't playing, I'm gonna put Okongo instead.
Ooh, yeah, we're not. I don't think we're gonna get an update on Capella,
Hmm.
um, before lineups lock because it looks like
Hmm.
lineups lock in about 10 minutes,
Hmm.
and
That's pretty solid though.
I've been desperately certain. No, yeah, I like either one. I would actually take a Kongwu over Dern, but that's just me because I'm such a giant Okongwu guy. So I think either way, I think we fit a Kongwu in this contender lineup here.
Yeah, I might go ahead and do that. Let me see. Okay, here I'm gonna play Herder, my boy.
Love
Mm,
it.
Mo Bamba is supposed to start, right? Let me see.
Yes, and Wendell Carter Jr.'s out, and
Yeah.
Paulo's still out. So I love that
Okay.
play.
Yeah, I think people are sleeping on Mo Bamba. I'm gonna say it again. People are sleeping on Mo Bamba. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more.
I can fit Congo here if I don't play him in the other lineup. I still got 21 points. Oh, I got Jordan Poole. Okay, I feel like I got a pretty decent shot in every lineup.
Yeah, I no, I like those.
Hmm.
Do we want to throw some common ones together too? Do we have time? Or
You tell me. I mean,
that,
I got a minute to do it.
yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna do my champion. You know, I won twice. It's crazy. I won twice in the common champion at tier three, like a
jeez.
limited tier three. I was like top 300 twice. Too bad Lamelo isn't playing.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I love Okongwu long term, but Capella might miss this game because of dental pain, is what they're saying. So that's why I really, really love Okongwu for this week. We'll see if he actually does start or not. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Hmm. Okay. Jesus. How about this? Check this out. I'm gonna put assignments out.
Man,
It's a pretty solid
you have
lineup.
some stacked common moments.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, how many?
Man,
Oh shoot, that was so close to getting Brandon Ingram. Wait, let me check if I can lower my either Sexton or Alvarado. No, it's a huge drop off. Let me see.
I like the Alvarado play with McCollum out. I
Hmm.
like that a lot.
So it's either Jamal Murray, but he plays once. Or Jamal Murray, Colden Johnson. What do you think?
I say throw
Colden
Bobo
Johnson.
in, let it roll.
Yeah.
I'm so out on
Okay.
Keldon
Okay.
Johnson right now.
Okay.
I'm so out on him.
Okay.
He
So
seems to be in a
check
big
this
slump.
out. It's pretty good, I'd say.
That's
KD,
gorgeous.
Steph, Bobo, Alvarado, and Sexton.
Yeah, I love
Hmm.
that.
Okay, we got 8 minutes. We gotta stop screen. Okay, we
There we
gotta wrap
go.
up soon in a minute or two.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and spin for the giveaway real quick, and then we'll get out of here so we can both set our lineups. Okay, so we're gonna
Any
play
last minute questions from the chat?
OG or Trey. I say OG. I'm high on OG. I'm down on Trey right now. Uh, OG is going to take up a lot more minutes because he has no one playing with him. So I
I
say
think they're
let it
both
roll.
good. I think they're both good, but it's true that OG has a huge upside with the injuries. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me share the screen. Let's let's do this giveaway. I'm gonna give you like one more minute to type in hashtag Denny. Only 37 entries right now. And make sure you have to like the video and subscribe to the channel in order to be entered. Otherwise, you are unable to win. That's just how the software's set up. Um, and all right, I see a couple entries still coming in. We have. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wait a little bit longer. 47. Once we hit like 50, let's see. I don't want to leave anyone out, but because I see all these entries still coming in. All right. Well, no, if you want to drop off and focus on your lineups, I'm set. I think I'm good.
I'm doing it simultaneously. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, good. I just don't want you to be stuck on here
Oh,
doing
I'm cool. I'm
okay.
doing it as we speak right now. I'm seeing if I'm gonna do some last minute changes.
Hell yeah. I think thankfully, unlike last week where I was scrambling big time, I've actually, besides having to switch out Doug McDermott, I'm pretty content with what I have here. Everyone's playing. I feel good about everyone. I feel really good about these two lineups.
Hmm.
This one's kind of a shot in the dark, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, we got 59 entries. Let's see. Let it keep rolling a little bit, just so we can make sure we get everyone. All right, in the chat, I'm seeing Kelly Oubre and PJ Washington, or Holiday and Boucher. I would definitely go Kelly Oubre and PJ Washington. I know they each only have one game. Holiday's a maybe, and Boucher only has one game. What about you, Gnome?
What's the question again?
Kelly Oubre and PJ Washington, or Drew Holiday and Boucher.
Mm, it's tough because the Hornets are so short-handed.
Yeah, I go the
Um,
Hornets all the way.
yeah, same.
All right. Tyus Jones or Robinson Earl? I would take Robinson Earl. What do you think?
Tyus Jones, Robinson Earl. Um, I think it's kind of a draw for me.
I would go,
It's 50-50.
yeah, but isn't I think Ja is back, right? So
Yeah, but Bane is out, so like
true.
they might play like this lineup with 2 point guards a little bbit more.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not super hot on Tyus Jones. I feel like he doesn't have a super high ceiling.
mhm,
But
I
all
feel
right,
you.
let's go ahead and spin this real quick. I think the
All right,
winner, Zakarian says, gets a Javante Green limited. So you can go ahead and DM him.
that's cool.
Rob F. Hell yeah. All right, so go ahead and send Mike a DM. Let him know you won, and he'll get that to you. Um, and let's see, any last second questions here. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Winslow Rare or Simmons Limited? I would take the Simmons Limited.
Winslow Rare or Simmons Limited? Like, you mean like? Well, it depends. It's because like you can. It doesn't mean like which one you should play. He's asking which one you should buy.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't. I would. I'm assuming people are asking what to play at this point, just because things lock in 3 minutes. I don't think anyone's
But
buying
if
from the
if it's
last
a rare,
second.
he has to play a rare. So it depends what's the other rare. So I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah, those they do have two very different cap differences as well. Winslow's cap is a bit lower than Simmons, unless you're
True.
talking about Ben Simmons. But no, even then, um, Joker Rock. If it makes you feel better, he only has one game and he put up a dud last time. I felt like he was a must play last time, and he ruined my lineup. So,
Okay.
you know,
Okay, Jeb. Sorry. I'm
go
gonna step down because I see there's only like a couple of minutes.
hell yeah.
Okay, so it was
Well,
fun. I'll see you guys next Friday.
yeah, and guys, make sure to check out Gnome's YouTube channel. He posts a lot of content about SORARE and has a really sharp videos about it. So make sure to check out Gnome on YouTube. And
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for joining us, Gnome.
Sure, it was fun.
All right,
All
see you,
right.
man.
I'll peace. Bye bye.
All right, we have 2 minutes to lock. Things are going crazy. Let's see what else we got. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Um, Livers or little? Uh, I would probably go Livers, and I feel like I'm going to regret saying that, but Detroit is just shorthanded here, so higher ceiling. You got to take a roll for that. Is there anyone else? Torb, I will talk to Mr. Beats. It's Thanksgiving. Maybe he had a long night yesterday. SGA, Hallie, or Booker, who has the higher ceiling? I would say SGA, just because OKC, those games score a lot higher. SGA scores more than anything. Hallie looks to distribute, and they have a lot of talent on the team. They try to get touches, and Booker Booker's hot and cold. He's not. He would probably be the second pick for me. But I don't know. I'm not super high on Booker. Um, yeah, I would take SGA. I would take SGA. I think all three is a solid choice though. Um, let's see. Let me just last second. Let's do some checks. Sorry for missing some questions. Unfortunately, I'm on my laptop, so I'm switching screens and don't have everything out in front of me. Jalen Williams or Garuba? Ooh, that's an interesting one. I probably would favor Jalen Williams, but that one's pretty close. Pretty close for me. Um, all right. I think we're more or less caught up. Okay. Okay, Barkley's is saying Garuba. So, like I said, I think it's pretty close. Rudy Gobert or Sabonis? I would take Sabonis just because Gobert sprained his ankle and he's going to play, but it sounds like he's day to day, and they might limit his minutes or anything like that. All right. Well, we made it to the lock, and things lock in 10 seconds. Thank you to everyone for joining and hanging around and sticking through all the chaos. Uh, I hope we all smash and get some good rewards. And if you're not in the Team Hold Discord, Join that. We have a lot of fun talking about SORARE and all that. Akogi or Moody? I would go Akogi just because Moody has been disappointing. But there we go. I think we are officially locked. Which, ooh, I'm excited. I feel really good about my lineups this week, and we'll see how it goes. So I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream there. Once again, thank you guys for joining and hanging out and sticking around and putting up with my inability to have a lot more information on the screen. I know we didn't even really get to pull up the John Boy sheets because we were so things were so hectic. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel, actually Jeb Bush. I'm trying to post a video every single day where we take a look at one NBA team and go through the SORARE players that we think are undervalued and might be a steal and might be like perfect for optimal lineups in the future or might pump a lot. So far, we've done, I think, 6 episodes. We have 8 available if you're a channel member, which you can join the Actually Jeb Bush channel for 99 cents a month. But regardless, a new video gets published every single day, and we're having a lot of fun with that, and it seems like people are enjoying that content. So we will keep trying to push it out and have fun with that. So, all right, I think we're gonna end the stream there. Thank you guys so much for joining the SORARE live before lock. I hope everyone's enjoying the World Cup. I hope everyone enjoys these NBA games that are going on, and we will see you guys next time. See ya.